There we go. We are live. Fantastic. Okay. Hey, Fab Gals. Welcome back to my interview series on how to look fashionable over 40, where I interview other over 40 fashionistas to hear how they make themselves look and feel fabulous and share their tips with you, because after all, that's what we want, right? We want to look and feel fabulous. Well, today I have an amazing guest, and let me just say that she is one of my favorite women that I follow that I find completely inspirational, and her name is Dian Griesel, otherwise known as Silver Disobedience. I just love that because, believe it or not, I actually have a bit of a rebellious nature. So Silver Disobedience really appeals to me. Now, she's been in PR for many years, helping brands really communicate the message that they want to put out. And so she's put all her various different things that she's done in her life into Silver Disobedience. And I love it because it's an out and out rebellion of anything ageism and the belief that once we get older, we are no longer relevant. So welcome, Di. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Oh my goodness, with that introduction and your energy, it's fabulous to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tracy.
So Di, tell me about Silver Disobedience. How did you start this project?
Well, as you mentioned, I've owned a PR firm for years, and I've always focused on messaging and what are the messages that we're hearing throughout our lives and how do they change. And recently I became a model with Wilhelmina. And when I became that model, I found there were some advertisers or companies and their brands that totally nailed what I felt my age group looked like. And there were others that still had us in polyester pants. And I'm not talking about the nice polyester. I'm talking about pants that I don't even think our grandmothers would have worn them. So a real miss on how I think everyone I know and that I've met through Silver Disobedience really presents themselves. So I decided to blend it all together and asked does older make us irrelevant? And that was basically my first blog, and it started a very big discussion.
That's incredible. And in fact, now, Di, you've got hundreds of thousands of followers, people who read your blogs, follow you on Instagram, and you've really built a whole career around this. So how does that make you feel?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, Tracy. It makes me feel very responsible. I think I've always felt responsible, but I feel more so now because I do realize I've become a voice for a segment of people, on average, about 48 years of age on up, that could be carrying diaper bags for their own children because of advances in medicine, adoption, second families, or their great-grandchildren. So it's a very broad spectrum of people, and they're frankly very cool and hip.
I love that. I mean, I interviewed Dale from Artful City Style a while ago, and she's in her 60s, her late 60s, and she is so inspirational, and she's so active in her life, and she does so many different things. And I just thought, the over 40 age group is actually quite big. So it means that we're kind of speaking for a multitude of different women of different lifestyles and life stages.
Absolutely. And not only is it big, it's actually the wealthiest group out there because we worked, we saved. We're affecting every industry vertical you can imagine. Yet you really don't see us in travel commercials, maybe because maybe the spa or beach or hotel or airplane is thinking, well, we just need somebody who looks really great in a bikini. Well, I know a lot of women who look really great in a bikini or a one piece that would appeal to the demographic that can afford to go on those trips.
See, that's so interesting to me because I live in Cape Town, South Africa. For those of you who don't know, that's where my accent comes from. But also I was born American, so it's a little bit of a mixture of things. But we have, it's one of the biggest tourist cities in the world. And when I often see, specifically Americans, when I see Americans, generally, they are people over the age of 40.
Very interesting.
I mean, I'm not seeing huge amount. I mean, obviously there are young people, but when I see groups of people, they are people over the age of 40. So how are you communicating with brands around the messaging around being in an age group over 40?
Well, I think what's happening right now is brands are starting to pick up on Silver Disobedience, because what started as discussion has become a larger movement on a daily basis. I mean, we're adding thousands and thousands of comments every single day that boggle my mind of what people want to express, of how they feel misrepresented, how they felt ignored, how they feel underrepresented within the media. And people are being very vocal about it and sharing their opinions and saying, I'm so happy that someone's noticing I'm relevant. I'm not obsolete.
Di, I completely get that, because I also, on my channel, I often have women, commenting on my channel and going, oh my goodness, I just found you. And I am so excited because I feel like there isn't much out there. And I think that there is, to come back to what you said about the level of responsibility, I too feel, I love what I do and I'm incredibly passionate about it, but I also do feel a responsibility to my Fab Gal community to keep bringing them, amazing tips that make them feel fabulous, because I think they're finally noticed and told that it's okay. And we don't have to live according to any set of silly rules, like you must cut your hair when you're older and you must dye it. It's great, not every, I hope I'll be able to carry off gray the way you do, but I doubt it. But the thing is, we should have the choice. It should be our decision, and yet we shouldn't be treated as if we're not beautiful or we're not relevant because of our age.
Oh, Tracy, you make such excellent points, and they do come across in your videos, which are spectacular. As I said pre this interview, I don't really watch too many videos. I enjoyed watching yours, and even told my 17-year-old daughter to check them out and said, this woman's fantastic.
Okay, that's great.
So, a lot of what I try to express to people is we're a one of a kind. Every single person, to me, it's not just our responsibility as media personalities, it's each individual's responsibility. It's your gift of life is to say, I fulfilled all that I can be to the absolute maximum. If there's a heaven and you're standing in front of anybody that says, well, what'd you think of your experience on earth? I think the best thing you could say is, I lived it to the fullest. I knew I was a one of a kind. I let the world know I was, in whatever it is. It doesn't have to be outlandish dress or being, quote, a star. It could be that you're the best dog walker on the planet. You're the best, you deliver the best coffee at the counter. It makes no difference what you do. The goal is to do it with your gusto and all of your passion, because the world's never going to see another one of you. Have fun with that.
Absolutely. And I think that also is really relevant with women with their personal style. I get a lot of questions around, well, what is age appropriate? And if I wear that, are people going to think that I'm trying to look younger? And I just go, boo to that. Actually, like, boo, I just think, I don't know, I'm 44 and I feel like my life is now. And I need to live it, and I need to live it with passion. And you know what? If I put together an outfit, and let me tell you, sometimes I do put together outfits, even on my YouTube channel, and I go, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Or that didn't really work, or whatever. But it's just clothing. It's not that important. And I think we can have fun with it and to really experiment. And now's the time to do it.
You know what? Your entire life is the time to do it. As long as you can stand up, express what, and even if you can't stand up, it doesn't make any difference. Mm-hmm. Express who you are in whatever state you're in. It's a great way to just be and feel. And, you talked about your hair. One of the things I say on Silver Disobedience is you don't have to let your silver show. That is a personal choice. And it involves resistance with yourself. It involves resistance from others. I've had my kids ask me, why did you do that? You look older. When in fact, I actually think I look younger. Or maybe it's because I feel better. I don't know, but it's irrelevant what color your hair is, whether you let it go natural, whether you wear it short or long. Each is your individual style. So to me, what you say so much and so well on your channel is embrace that individual style. Own it, live it, show it off.
Absolutely.
It's a spectacular message.
Thanks, Di. Tell me, so you have all these amazing Instagram posts and you look incredibly fashionable and well put together. What is your inspiration for those things, for those looks?
Oh, my inspiration. I would have to say Steven Tyler from Aerosmith and Mick Jagger.
That is
with a touch of elegance.
That is hilarious. I love that.
If I could raid Steven Tyler or Mick Jagger's closet and then just refine it with a little more elegance, I would be very happy.
Okay. And that actually does come across because you've got this rock chic kind of masculine versus, mix of masculine, feminine, a little bit of a gothic. I mean, I love it. That's also my personal style. I always like to have something edgy with my outfit. Even if I've got a feminine dress, I want to put punk boots with it, and I want to wear a biker jacket and I want to mix it up and have fun with that. So that's awesome. And what would you say, Di, what are your tips for other women over 40?
My tips for other women over 40 would be drink a lot of water. The best thing you can do for your energy, your health, your skin, your moods is water. So the minute you wake up in the morning, drink 4 glasses of water before you have a coffee or a tea.
Wow.
Because you have dehydrated all night long. And you may not feel it, but you have. It took a lot of energy for your body to process things. So water. Second would be make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables. It sounds so simple, but throw them in, steam them, put butter on them, but at least eat them. Do what you need to do to eat your fruits and vegetables, especially at night when or late afternoon when everyone gets a craving, throw in some fruit. Then I would say respect the clock and get sleep. Because I know these are all basics, but these are things that you just can't change. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to look or feel your best because you're going to be lacking energy. And everyone looks better with a smile because you got a good night's sleep, you feel hydrated, and you're well rested and eating well. And then I'd say walk, keep moving. Because as you get older, things just get a little more creaky.
Absolutely. We need to grease those bones and the joints. Yeah.
Exactly.
But Di, what I love about what you're saying though is you can't, and I mean, I'm a great believer, as a stylist, I'm a great believer that the right clothing makes a huge difference to how a woman looks and feels about her body. At the same time, I'm also a big advocate for healthy lifestyle choices. And I love that you've said that because I do think it's not always about the food and about the water. It's about valuing ourselves enough. It's about saying, what is it that my body needs and how am I going to give it that so that I can do the things I need to do, that I can look better for longer, and that I'm more vibrant. I think that's really important. And that, 4 glasses of water, that's before coffee. Woo, that's going to be a hard one. Because my first thing is like my double espresso in the morning. So that's going to be, but it makes sense in a way, it does make sense. And Di, your styling tips. So you've spoken about the lifestyle aspects of things. What would be your styling tips for women over 40?
I think the most important styling tip for a woman over 40 is to wear what you're comfortable in. Don't feel compelled to go full out on a trend. Find what feels comfortable. A lot of my pictures are clothes that I bought 20, 30 years ago that I really don't care if they still have a shoulder pad in them. I'm comfortable.
Yes.
And, it's mix it up in whatever way feels good to you and makes you feel most confident.
I love that, because that also comes down to personal style. And I think, when we're creating a look that represents who we are, if we're going according to our personal style, it doesn't really matter. We're going to be able to carry it off anyway. Age is less relevant with that.
Absolutely. And to me, it doesn't have to be a lot. There's a lot of fun in finding a fun accessory you love. You could take a simple black shirt. I wear a lot of black shirts. My whole wardrobe is either black or white for the large majority, and then a few things in between. But you can take that basic style of a shirt that you're comfortable in and then find some fun accessories to throw into the mix that make it all feel different. So no one notices that I've got 5 of the exact same black shirt. I'm just rotating my accessories.
I love that. Oh my goodness. So tell me, Di, what do you do? So this is my favorite question, and I have to ask everybody, what do you do for fun?
Oh, for fun. I would say I talk to people like you.
Oh, I like that.
I would say I talk to people. I find people talking the most fun thing to do. Then I really enjoy writing. I enjoy the interactions I have with our clients because it's a high curve learning experience. And then I would say I enjoy hanging out and having conversations with my 2 teenagers, which is something most people don't think someone my age still has. But I do have 2 teenagers, and speaking with them and their friends is always enlightening and fun.
I agree. I think that spending time with people of various different ages, both older than yourself and younger than yourself, can give you a much wider perspective of the world, actually.
So true. So true. You find out where they think I am irrelevant on social media, but I can show them a few cool apps too.
Oh, I love that. Yes, I love the kind of belief that as people over 40, I mean, I actually had somebody say to me the other day when I was talking about the fact that I specifically work with women over 40, and this particular woman was in her 20s, and she said, yes, but women over 40 don't even know how to use their iPads properly. And I was like, what? That was surprising to me. Considering my mother-in-law in her 70s uses her iPad,
That is a major common misconception. The fact is, more people in their 50s and up are downloading apps than any other sector. Sure, no one would believe that. The amount of money they're spending on video games is phenomenal. We're talking about mind-boggling numbers. They also have the money, and many have a little more time to do it.
That is incredible. So how does that then translate in the work that you do with other brands? Because it seems like it's a re-education process, not only for individuals, but also for brands who want to speak to us.
Well, anytime I'm on the set, I do immediately try to figure out who everyone else is on the set. And I speak with as many people as possible. And interesting, a lot of them have said to me, well, I've been watching Silver Disobedience. I'm seeing what you're talking about. I'm fascinated with the dialogue. I can't believe this many people are participating in these discussions and sharing how they feel. And I always say to them, yes, but well, I'm not talking about just likes. Have you read the comments? Are you seeing what people say? The comments are, to me, priceless on Silver Disobedience. I learn every day. I find not only am I inspiring people, they're inspiring me back by their comments.
Yes, Di, I absolutely attest to that. And I think that's the wonderful thing about the work that we do, that both of us do, is that I just feel, I mean, I read every single comment that comes on my channel, and I try to respond, unless it's a really nasty comment, which sometimes I do get. And then I tend not just to respond, but every other comment I respond and I value, because that woman has taken some time to make a comment. and to reach
Yes.
out. And I think it's so important to engage and to enjoy the people that we provide these services for, and do it with passion.
It's so true. And I find my passion for the whole project getting bigger every day, growing in a way that my heart, we've all seen the Christmas movie, The Grinch, how the heart grew and grew and grew. And that's how I feel. My heart has been expanding from this process, because the passion and the willingness and the openness of people to share heartfelt feelings, things they've worried about, areas where they've been afraid, that the blog triggers it, and then they share these intimate thoughts that are priceless and so valuable and heartwarming.
I hear you. And I think one of the nice things about social media is that we are able to connect with people around the world, and we're able to share our stories in a really amazing way that can make people feel like they're part of something bigger than just themselves.
It really does feel that way. I will say, I one time started to write a blog, which I still have to work on, can the Tao be found in Instagram? And, can you find peace in a medium that, hey, we all like the social media filter facelift. Those are fun. It's fun to take your face and play around and say, oh, that's what I would look like if my skin was green, or if it had less wrinkles, or I removed my moles, or I changed my hair color, or somebody else did my makeup. All things you can do on Instagram with the plethora of filters out there. But it doesn't change the fact that you can also connect on a very real level that, until you've experienced it, you might not believe.
I agree.
But you're doing that. You are doing that. Your videos resonate and connect people.
Thank you, Di. That's amazing. And just as far as Instagram is concerned as well, let me say that, in fact, most of the women that I have connected with to do these interviews have been because of Instagram. So I found them on Instagram and followed hashtags and found these incredible, inspirational women. And even if you're not wanting to connect with them individually, if you're needing a bit of inspiration, it's a great place to go to. You can follow hashtags like over 40 fashion over 40. Those kind of hashtags are really, really just so amazing. I'm completely amazed by the sheer number of sharing that, the posts that people share on that is just incredible.
Well, you are absolutely resonating with an audience that is growing, that wants to continue to buy clothes, feel good, look at their accessories, present themselves in a way that just plain feels good at every age. And I really think you've hit a nerve and you're connecting with that, Tracy.
Awesome, Di. Thank you. The last question I have before I leave, because I could speak to you all day. What is your favorite myth age myth that you love to bust?
Age does not equal irrelevancy. You are not obsolete because you're older. Older is not an age. Older is a state of mind. And you can have a fantastic state of mind that's full of energy at any age possible. My mother is 89, and let me tell you, she's the youngest person I know.
That's incredible. That's amazing and really very inspirational. Thank you, Di. I really appreciate that. And if you would like to connect with her and Silver Disobedience, I will put all of the relevant links in the description below. She's on Instagram. She has the most incredible blog. I highly recommend, because I personally follow her. I feel very inspired, and I feel really privileged to have spoken to her today. So, Fab Girls, tell me, what did you find relevant for you and what resonated with you? I'd love to hear your comments. Also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because you don't want to miss out on videos like this and interviews like this. And you can go over to my channel, and as Di said, I share fashion tips for women over 40 that hopefully help you look and feel absolutely fabulous. And this is just yet another way that I'm doing just that. So thanks, ladies. Until next time.